Leader, on the 28th of May this year, I brought a private member's motion to this House on Ireland's Search and Rescue Service. During the debate of this motion, I raised a number of matters of great concern regarding the oversight and corporate governance of the current SAR operator, CHC DAC. The recent report of the Controller and Auditor General has completely vindicated my concerns. The recent report by the CNAG points out that in 2013, the Department of Transport paid $4.3 million to CHC, the current operator, to ensure that its 5 helicopters were equipped with night vision capability. I'm still trying to understand why the state funded a private company's conversion of their helicopters, but we leave that one for now. The report goes on to inform that another $527,000 was paid in 2015 for 24 sets of night vision goggles, which I understand would remain the property of the Irish Coast Guard. Finally, the report advises that an initial payment of $1.7 million was made in 2018 in respect of training this private contractor's crews in the use of the technology, and that this training only commenced in November 2019 and is expected to be completed sometime this year. Remember, we started in 2013. The CNAG report points out that as of June 2021, only one of the SAR bases has been approved by the Irish Aviation Authority to use night vision service technology. Service from that base has commenced, but it will be some time before all of the bases are able to operate in the same way. It is indeed poor value for money for this country. Now, why does this disaster exercise me? Well, you see, in 2009, the Department of Transport and the Irish Coast Guard put together the Future Helicopter Study Group, who reported on what would be required for the next search and rescue contract, and in that report, they recommended night vision, yet the contract went ahead without night vision. The real concern here is the total lack of oversight. I believe that it was only after the crash of Rescue 116 that any steps were taken to deal with the corporate governance issues at CHC. In 2017, after the crash of 116, the Department of Transport and the Coast Guard sought a company to carry out the corporate governance and oversight that they themselves were not capable of doing. The company chosen was a company called Oireachtas. But Oireachtas is one man. The man who got this contract, the owner of Oireachtas, got it. His company was only formed in 2014. In 2015, it published its first accounts, but not audited accounts because it was so small a company, it wasn't required. In 2017, when he got the contract for Ireland to advise Ireland's Department of Transport and the Irish Coast Guard, the net assets of his company was 13,000 and cash in bank was 9,000. Now, after the crash of 116, you would surely expect that a major consultancy firm would have been brought in.
I know you're aware of the news.
Sorry, no, you do realise I'm a bit deaf here now, so you'll have to speak up.
Senator, just to make you aware of the standing orders that we did bring in relation to the issue around defamation.
Anything I'm putting out here is in the public domain.
All right, but you're also, I just want you to be mindful of bringing people and mentioning people who are not here to defend themselves.
I hate to say this to you now, but I did not hear one word of what you said. I'll have to plug myself in again.
Senator, you just in relation to... Senator, in relation to making people identifiable who are not here to defend themselves, I just ask you to be cautious as you are aware of the standing orders that were adopted by the House. Yeah,
I'm fully aware of that. This is not an individual, this is a company we're talking about. And it's a company that...
I know, Senator, I know that, but you have also made the person who is the sole director of the company identifiable. So I want you to be aware of that.
All right. Okay, so moving on. The next contract, the one that we're now talking about, which was signed off at Cabinet at the last Cabinet meeting. The business case for that was put together by a company called KPMG, well known to us all. KPMG brought...
Sorry, I know I interrupted you, but you are out of time. Could I suggest you would also put this in as a commencement matter?
Now, listen, look, I tried to get this through on a private member's motion. I came with a well-prepared piece, and the reply that was given by the Department of Transport addressed none of my concerns. We now have a tender gone out for search and rescue, or about to go out. the business case put together with KPMG, advised by Fraser Nash. Now, the important thing here, Cathaoirleach, and this is really important, there are only 3 or 4 companies that can actually tender for Irish...
I'm not disagreeing. I'm not...
Yeah, but Fraser Nash is owned by one of them.
Okay, Senator, can I just... First of all, it's a 2-minute order of business, right?
I fully appreciate that. I was going as fast as I could.
I know, but and it's
yeah, you deserve the extra time. Some things are important. You know, we can sit back and pretend these things don't happen.
Okay.
They are happening. They are happening. Okay. Let me finish by this. We need the Minister in here to discuss search and rescue and the forthcoming contract. We cannot have a contract going out while the report of Rescue 116 has not been published.
Thank you.
The pilot of 116 was 18 hours awake when she was flown over to Black Sod, for God's sake.
Senator, and I appreciate this is an important issue, and this forum is about raising important issues, but it is the order of business. People have 2 minutes, and it impinges on
I appreciate that. We're here to hold the government to account.
There are other committees, transport. I know it's been brought up with that issue, but we try to.
I have failed everywhere to bring it up.
When it's important, and it is important, and everyone's issue is important. But it's just you have to be careful on bringing the reputation.
We have 4 people dead. I've tried everywhere to bring this up. Nobody is interested.
Senator, I appreciate you bringing it up because it's an important issue, but you have to be careful of the rules of the House.